Hello all. So today we are going to start with our PSPICE classes. It means we are going to start our simulation. So before going into various simulations of different circuits, so let us first see how the platform looks like. So as we can see here, this is our PSPICE software platform. So where we have various tabs. So first let us see how we can process or proceed with this PSPICE software. So here as you can see, these two positive and negative parts, so where these are for increasing the magnification. So let us increase the magnification so that the components will look bigger, right? Now next, where to get the components. So to get the components, you will be having this tab. So using this tab we can get a new part. Okay, so you can also see it is mentioned here as get new part. So when we click this window will appear, which will contain various components. So as you can see here, there are various components present here. So suppose we want to have a register. So for register we can either go for searching R, or we can directly type here R. So this is our register. So to put the register in the board, there are two methods. First one is we can click here place and close, or we can double click it here. So this is place and close, so it will appear in your platform. So let us consider this is our breadboard. So in this breadboard we are going to put different components. So this is our register. So your register would remain connected with your mouse until and unless you are using the escape button. So more number you click, the more number of registers you will get. Okay, so now suppose you would not want more than 5 registers. So now what I have to do, I have to press the escape button. So after pressing the escape button, now it is gone. Wait 1 second, this would be beneficial for you. Okay, now suppose I want to rotate the register. So what we can do, we can press Ctrl R. So it will rotate our register. Okay, now suppose we want to flip the register, then we have to press Ctrl F. So it will flip the register. Okay, so as per our requirement, we can rotate or control our components using Ctrl R and Ctrl F. Okay, so now moving further, what we have, so next we'll be requiring suppose a voltage source. So for that, let us type here VDC. So this is our so earlier for putting the register we have used place and close, right? Now let us consider I am double clicking here. It will also give me the same output. So this is the voltage source. So suppose we require 2 voltage source, then again we have to press the escape button. Okay, so after pressing escape, now the register that is connected to your mouse is gone. Okay, so next let us make the circuit. So suppose this is one register, this is second register, this is suppose our third register R3. Then suppose R4 I want to put it here and rotate it. So now this is done. Okay, then suppose R5, suppose I want to put the supply here. So this is my supply, then R5 rotate. So I'm using the keyboard now, Control R. So this is my circuit. So now you might be seeing these are some leftover of after rotation or after doing any processing. So in order to remove that, just press the zoom in, zoom out, any one of the buttons, it will get eliminated. So it is available there because we are using a evaluation version of the software, right? So let us So now our components are ready here. So now what or how we are going to rename them or assign the values. So for assigning the values, initially suppose this is your voltage source where we have a 0 volt assigned. So if you want to change this, double click on the 0 volt, you will see your attribute values will appear. So you can put here as per your requirement. So this is supposed we are assigning 10 volt. Now next, this source, okay, let us consider rotating the source. Now this will be the direction of our source. Now let us change the value, suppose 5 volts. Okay, yes, we can also add current sources. So suppose you want to add a current source, then let us put IDC. So we can add a current source also. So suppose our current source is okay, there might be some error. So let's take it again. So this is the current source IDC. I am putting rotating it, and then suppose putting it over here, and the current value I am putting it as 5 ampere. Okay, so now all the circuit components are here. Next what we can do is we have to put the resistor values. So for putting resistor values, similarly double click here, and your PSPICE software automatically considers whatever value you are putting, that is in a unit of ohm. So if you want to write ohm, you can put it as 1 ohm, or even if we put 1, that will also do. And if you want to put kilo ohm, then it will be K. If you want to put mega ohm, then it will be M. Okay, so like this we can put the value of our resistors. So let us consider we are giving ohm values. So this is suppose 10, next one is suppose 22.2, next one is suppose 33, let's keep it 22, then this one is suppose 15, then this one is suppose 12. Okay, so our values are given, all the components are having their actual values whatever we have in our circuit. So now what we have to do is, next we have to connect the circuit. So for connecting the circuit we use this wire. So you can see here there is a component called as draw wire. So click it, then just join the wires. We have to click it here, and second we have to click here. Now there might be some mistakes which we normally do. People used to do it like this. Okay, so now how it is a mistake? So first let me complete the remaining part, then I will explain how that is a mistake. Okay, so our connections are done. Now whatever we know about a node is, whenever we have 3 branches, there exists a node. So that means this is a node, this is a node, this is a node, right? But what is this? This should not be a node. This is appearing because you are having an extra connection. If you see properly, this is an extra connection which should not be there. If I pull it up, see, there is an extra connection. That is why we are having an extra node. So in order to remove this, just select the extra connection and press delete button from a keyboard. Similarly delete. So now your circuit is clear and everything is connected now, right? So next important point in PSPICE is that if we want to process any circuit, first thing what we have to do is we have to put a ground or zero potential point. So in order to give that, so let us put right here Z and D. So you'll have options like ground analog, ground earth. So you can use both of them. So let us consider we are using ground earth. So I am connecting it to the circuit. Okay, now if you want to check whether your connection is done or not, just click on the component and just shift it. If it is connected, then you will see the connectivity will appear whenever you are shifting its position. If it is not connected, then it will come out of a circuit. Okay, so our circuit is done. The next thing is we have to save the circuit. So I was already having a folder. So in order to start with your PSPICE, always make a folder and keep your circuits, because there are various associated files which you will find whenever you run any PSPICE simulation file. Then it will generate multiple files, and it will appear in the folder where you are putting it. So if you are putting your files in the desktop, then your desktop will get full. So in order to stay away from that, what we can do, we can put a folder and keep our files there. So let us consider this is our file. So we are taking online class. So online, I am naming it as online PSP. Okay, so the next desk name of your file. So you can put anything. So there is also a system where how we name our files. So if you follow that, it will be beneficial for you in any of the software networks or platforms where you will be doing simulations or coding or anything. So whenever we put the name of a file, so suppose this is our circuit simulation. So let us consider I am naming it as DC. Suppose circuit 1. Since I am not having any number associated with it, so let us consider I am putting it as this circuit 1. The next thing is you put the date. So today's date is 19. So 19/10/2025. Okay. So why the date is important? Because it will help you to keep track of when you have followed or when you have made your circuit or when you have updated your circuit. Okay, so keeping the habit of putting a date in your file name will help you in future correspondences. So let us save it. Now next thing is we have to simulate this. For simulating this is our button, as you can see here, this yellow button. Just press this, it will simulate a circuit. So once simulation is done, okay, I will show you step by step. Once simulation is done, this window may appear. So whenever you see this window, so that means your simulation is over. And in the window also you will be finding it is mentioned here, simulation complete. Okay, now if you have some error, then this simulation window will have some we'll have another window. See here, it says we have some errors. So if we click it, then this error window will appear. So as you can see here, error is mentioned as this is our R4 pin 2. It is a floating pin, that means it is not connected. So if we have this type of error, just simply connect it to the circuit. So we can do it like this also, or other way around, normal process, click and connect the wire. Okay, so let us run the program. So the simulation is complete. Now what we want to have is, suppose we want to determine the voltage or current in this. So to determine the voltage or current in this, so you have to press this voltage button, which will show you the voltage across all the nodes, right? So you can see here 10 volt, 3.63, -5, right? So like this you can have different voltages. Now if you want to see the current in the branches, so press the current, it will show you all the currents in your branches. So like this we can solve any circuit that we desire. Okay, so I hope it is understood. And one more thing, whenever we want any component, we'll go to the get new part, right? But if you have already selected some component, then you will have it in this quick finding button, which is near your let me okay, now you can see here near the get new part you will be having a window. So if you can see, this will contain all the components, right? Suppose you want to put registers, you select registers, register will come. If you want to put earth, so this is the ground earth, this we have selected already, right? So like this, suppose you want to put a diode, so this is a diode symbol, so this is a diode. Okay, so like this we can use various components. Next, suppose I am selecting F. So what is F? So if you see it closely, this is a dependent source, right? So the dependency, as you can see here, this is a dependent source, and the source is a current source represented by this circle, and where it is dependent on a current, because this is a current symbol, right? So this is a current dependent current source. So like this we can have various components as we require. Okay, so I hope you have understood how to start with the PSPICE software and prepare our schematics. So I hope you will be able to follow this and make your circuits. Okay, so with this we'll be winding up today. So you make your circuits and try the software. I hope you will be able to find your solutions, and if you have any doubt or any errors if you are facing, then you can put those in the comments. And in the next class we'll be moving into how to deal with the dependent sources, or what will happen when we have a dependent source, and how to make the circuit using PSPICE simulation. So thank you for joining. We'll see you very soon.